everybody. Today we're not talking about VGC. Oh no, I've got an announcement to make. I have joined the Monotype Drafting League. It's a new league. You probably never heard of it, right? Anyway, basically, it's draft Pokemon. The way that drafting Pokemon works is you draft your team. Usually you have like a points cap or something. There are different leagues do different things. We had a points cap, and each Pokemon had a certain points value assigned to them. You draft your Pokemon. Once a Pokemon has been drafted by one of the teams that's playing, it cannot be drafted by anybody else. And then every week you have to make your team of 6 out of only the Pokemon that you have drafted and play against the other people. This drafting league is kind of special. It is the Monotype Drafting League, which means that all of our Pokemon have to be the same type. So at the beginning, what we did is we drafted types, and I drafted Ice type. And this was not like I went last and I picked like the last type of the board. I actually wanted to draft Ice type. Because Arctovish, obviously, right? I'm sure it'll be in the thumbnail. But my team is Arctovish Athletics. I drew up a nice, cool little logo. I'm not great at drawing, but like doodling, totally my jam. So I doodled a logo. I'm just gonna go over the Pokemon that I drafted, why I drafted them. Expect a video with the first week's battle, like next week probably. I'm excited. I wanted to join a drafting league so bad, and like the way this one has worked out, I'm pretty excited. So anyway, these Pokemon are not in the order that I drafted them. They're in the order that I remembered what I had drafted. And obviously the first Pokemon I remember was Arctovish, right? So here's Arctovish. One of my favorite Pokemon, truly. Actually, one of the people in the league traded me their shiny one to borrow so that I don't have to use mgdiscord.co. But you know, he still lives in my heart, but I have a shiny Arctovish that I can use that's like legit. Arctovish is really good, especially in Hail. As you can see, it gets Slush Rush, doubling its speed in Hail. It'll outspeed basically everything but Regieleki with Slush Rush. Assuming that you have the Hail up, which is really neat. Vicious Rend obviously is a great attack. It's like the bread and butter of pretty much the two water type fossils. And what it does is if you move first, the power doubles. So it goes from being this 85 base power move to being 170 base power. And then you can boost it up more. So like Dracovish has Strong Jaw. So it gets boosted by Strong Jaw. And then you can like set up the rain, get boosted by rain, obviously, right? I'm just running Mystic Water because I have to run Slush Rush. And I do not believe that I get Strong. No, I don't. And actually, these other abilities are pretty good. Ice Body and Water Absorb. If I needed to run a bulkier Arctovish one week, I totally could do that. And it's something that I could do. If I wanted to like run a hard Trick Room team, I could run bulky Arctovish with like Ice Body, get a little bit HP back in return. Really neat. It's got a lot of options. Its coverage is pretty good. We got Ice coverage. Obviously, we're an Ice type. We also get Psychic Fangs. We get like Iron Head, Stone Edge, Zen Headbutt, Waterfall. We never run Waterfall over Vicious Rend, obviously, but we get Icy Wind. It gets Meteor Beam, which, you know, maybe if we decide to go a little bit crazy one week, we'll run Meteor Beam Arctovish. Let me know if you want to see it. Super Fang is a really good like supporting move. I try if I needed it to be a more supportive Pokemon. Anyway, Arctovish is really cool. The next Pokemon that I have drafted here is Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales. I learned from my video last week that Alolan Ninetales is real popular with the people. So I did this before, I knew, but more Alolan Ninetales is coming, guys. And these are double battles, so it's basically VGC format, except I'm restricted to only the Pokemon that I've drafted. Alolan Ninetales, not much to say about it. Well, there's a lot to say about it, but not much to say about it that I haven't said in other videos. We've got Aurora Veil, really cool. The ability of choice here is going to be Snow Warning, sets up our Hail so we can actually use Aurora Veil. Protect, Dazzling Gleam, Blizzard. This is the set that I plan on using most weeks, but I do have some other options to run. We can run Calm Mind. We can run like a setup set. Freeze Dry is really good for dealing with water types. There is somebody who drafted water, so it might come in handy one week. Ice Shard for by priority, triggering weakness policies. I don't think I have any Pokemon that are weak to ice on my all ice team, but you know, it's there. Apparently, Alolan Ninetales gets Pain Split. That's really funny. Toxic is always good. Substitute's always good. Baby Doll Eyes. Baby Doll Eyes is actually kind of a good move. If I find myself struggling with like physical attackers, I'm gonna start running it. Fake Tears is here. That's kind of neat. We also, get Icy Wind. I think all of my Pokemon get Icy Wind, which is pretty neat. It's kind of weird to see a Pokemon only learn one of the rooms and not the other ones, but that's okay because we have another Trick Room setter. Don't worry about it. Next Pokemon I drafted, Glastrier. In these sets, I've just kind of like thrown like typical sets up here. I can do whatever I want, and I might have to because I'm restricted. I got a little bit creative sometimes. Everybody knows Glastrier is a monster. We're essentially playing in Series 9 here. So talking about Series 9 Glastrier, you get the Trick Room set up, and Glastrier just goes, and it's intense. Chilling Rain is the Pokemon TCG set coming out that is featuring Ice Rider Calyrex. Fun fact, Chilling Neigh is basically Moxie. Every time you take a knockout, you get an attack boost. It's really, really good. And then Glacier's coverage options are just like nuts. It's super bulky. Its coverage options are nuts. You have ground coverage with high horsepower. You got fighting type coverage. You get close combat. You learn Heavy Slam, which is steel type coverage, which is really cool. We also get Lash Out and Mega Horn and Outrage, I guess. Throat Chop's really good. I have a really high amount of Pokemon that learn Taunt too, so if I ever like Taunt, that's there. We have the option to run Swords Dance for like a setup kind of Glastrier, which is really cool. There's the Icy Wind again. Smart Strike is also an option. Over Heavy Slam. If you're fighting a Dynamax Pokemon, it's probably nice. Snarl is pretty good move, especially if I'm moving faster because of Trick Room. But yeah, we have a lot of options to go over with this Pokemon in particular. Its coverage is intense. The next Pokemon I drafted, Lapras G-Max. I sniped it from the Water Trainer. I don't know if you wanted it. If you're watching this, I'm sorry if you wanted it. But this is actually the first Pokemon I drafted because I was like, oh, there's a Water Trainer. Let me get Lapras while I get to go before them. Lapras G-Max, we all know what it does, right? When it's Gigantamaxed, your Ice-type moves set up Aurora Veil, which is really good because it's a second way that I can set up Aurora Veil if maybe, like, Ninetales is not the option for this particular matchup. There's, like, there's a Steel-type trainer and a Rock-type trainer, so, like, maybe those weeks we don't want to bring Ninetales, or maybe, like, there's a Fire-type trainer, too. I'm sure they're going to play a Sun team. Maybe we don't want to bring Weather Wars. Maybe we just bring Lapras and get our thing set up regardless. You know what I mean? And then we can take the weather away with them with water. Oh, Max Geyser. Lapras is pretty good move pool overall. We have Perish Song. We can run physical Lapras. I've actually run like Swords Dance physical or no, Dragon Dance physical Lapras before. It's kind of neat. Sparkling Aria is interesting. You can hit yourself and cure yourself of burn if you want. I think there's another, I get something. I really like running, it's going to be in the never used moves. I like running Life Dew on Lapras. I feel like Life Dew is like super great, super underappreciated move. More people should be running it, just like overall. Yeah, so Lapras really good. Next Pokemon I drafted, Mamoswine. I actually the only one who could draft Mamoswine. Nobody drafted Ground type. Go figure, right? Mamoswine is just a really solid physical attacker. As you'll see, I have a lot of physical attackers, which is really weird because, I don't know, just a lot of the good ice types are physical. Mamoswine is just like a beast. It's got my ground type coverage all covered. It's got Oblivious, so it can't be intimidated. And it just hits really hard. We got high horsepower. We got Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Rock Slide. Other coverage moves we got Heavy Slam. I'm sure that we have Iron Head, Knockoff. One of the Knockoff isn't a TM anymore, so not that many Pokemon get it. Like everybody gets Substitute. I keep pointing it out, but Substitute's good. Superpower is good coverage. And I can change these Pokemon as much as I want, like abilities, anything. I just have to use the Pokemon that I drafted. So like each week, I could bring a different moveset on Mamoswine if I wanted to. Rock Tomb's kind of neat. Yeah. Mamoswine's really solid. I also drafted Galarian Darmanitan. And Galarian Darmanitan is really cool because its ability Gorilla Taxit is basically a Choice Band. So what you can do is you can either double up and have double Choice Band on it, or you can just run Choice Scarf because you already are locked into one move. You might as well run a Choice Item, right? The other option that you have is you can run Zen Mode. So basically, if you're at half health, you become Fire Ice type. And fire moves are stab, and I think your special attack is more. I actually don't know what Zen mode. Let's see if we can look it up here. I'll add it to the end. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Malarian. Why didn't y'all tell me? So yeah, Zen mode's stats. What does Zen mode do? I'll figure out what Zen mode does later, I guess. Oh, your Zen mode. Okay, so your Zen mode if you have more than half HP. That's interesting. I'll figure out Zen mode. I don't actually know what Zen mode does, like, at all. Darmanitan's got good coverage, too. We got Earthquake. I'm already... I think I get another ground type with maybe better, like Stomping Tantrum or something. We got Earthquake. Let me see. I get Flare Blitz, which is already, like, fantastic. Focus Punch could be funny. Power Up Punch, one of the very few Pokemon that gets Power Up Punch. Remember, it's not a TM, has been a TM for a long time. Rock Slide's really good. Yawn, if I wanted to run maybe Zen mode, Darmanitan runs Yawn. I don't know. It gets Will-O-Wisp, which is feels kind of weird to me. Burning Jealousy is a really good move. Anything else worth no mentioning? No, not really. Next, I drafted Abomasnow, backup Hail Setter. If I have a week where I don't want to bring Ninetales as a Hail Setter, or I want to bring 2 Hail Setters, Abomasnow is my guy. I didn't put any moves in here. Assault Vest Abomasnow seems to be like something that people are running. I've heard about it. But basically, it's just like a really, really bulky Hail Setter. Its bulk is pretty good for what it is, considering you're 4 times weak to fire and you're also weak to flying. But it's just really solid. I don't have another grass type on my team, so the week that I face the water team, I'm gonna have to bring Abomasnow probably. What do I got down here? We got Outrage, Leech Seed, Abomasnow could be really cool. I'm sure that I get like Body Press maybe. No Body Press. All right. Why don't things like Body Press when I want them to? Woodhammer is really good. Toxic, Swords Dance, Synthesis. We can just be good all the time. I don't know if I'd run Synthesis on a Hail team. That actually might be kind of dumb. Obviously we get Ice Punch, Ice Sard, Icicle Spear. He has a lot of usually useless moves. Usually these are good in doubles, and singles doesn't know about them. No, we get Stomping Tantrum. That's good. Yeah. I drafted it mostly as a second Hail Setter, so it'll work for that. We drafted Arctozolt. It's basically electric type Arctovish. It gets Slush Rush. It also gets Volt Absorb, which is really cool. There is an electric type trainer. You also get Static, so you can just be like really bulky and take hits and paralyze things. Arctozolt and Arctovish actually have like 3 good abilities, like each. It's very interesting. This is something I was testing on another team, so I just kind of threw it in here. I don't know if it's good or not. But obviously we have Bolt Beak, which is just electric type Vicious Rend, so it's base power 170. If you move first, which could be pretty scary if like you're attacking into a water type or something. We've also got Rock Slide, Stomping Tantrum, Taunt again. Pretty weird that we get Taunt. I don't know why it gets Taunt, but it do. I'd say it's got like just enough coverage to like be pretty interesting. I drafted Galarian Mr. Mime because with an Eviolite, it is like godly support. This thing gets all the support moves. It gets Fake Out, Icy Wind, Trick Room, Taunt. It gets Light Screen. It gets Reflect if I need to not use Aurora Veil. Does it get Aurora Veil? No, that's kind of weird. Like, look at this long ass list of moves. It gets other stuff that I wanted to talk about. It gets Ally Switch, I'm pretty sure. That's probably at the bottom because everything is single-centric on a Pokemon Showdown. Taunt, Sucker Punch, Thunder Wave, Trick. There's the Ally Switch. It can set Hail manually. Helping Hand. Power Split, Power Swap could be interesting. Teeter Dance? Yo. That's so funny. Tickle is pretty neat. Yeah. Next Pokemon I drafted is Frostlass. It's just another decent support Pokemon. It's pretty fast. I didn't mention Galarian Mr. Mime is base 100 speed. I feel like that's nuts for a unevolved Pokemon. We got Frostlass. Um, it's just a really solid Pokemon. Snowcloak means it won't get hit as often in the hail. Or we can run Curse Body, which has a chance of basically disabling moves. Its move was pretty good. We got Icy Wind, Taunt, Thunder Wave. We got Will-O-Wisp, which is going to be really good. And now I know Darmanitan gets Will-O-Wisp, which is, I don't know why. Switcheroos always can be, you can do weird things with it. Weather Ball could be very interesting. Fake Tears. Imprison. Yeah, just a decent support Pokemon. That's all I really envisioned for it. I just kind of needed an 11th, and I didn't know what to draft. Destiny Bond can be really good on Frostlass. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And the last Pokemon we drafted is Ice-Q. Ice-Q was really big in singles for a while. I don't know if it ever really blew up in doubles. But basically, Ice-Q's ability, Ice Face, is kind of like Disguise, but for physical attacks. So if you would get hit by a physical attack, you'll break the Ice Face instead of taking any damage. But the flip side of that is that special attacks will go straight through your Ice Face and you'll still take damage. But there is a bonus to it, and basically, if you switch into Hail, or Hail becomes the active weather condition while you are on the field, you get your Ice Face back. So it's like Disguise that you can use over and over again, but only on physical attacks. Ice-Q also gets Belly Drum, which is pretty darn neat. Maybe one week we can like ally switch Mr. Mime and, you know, Belly Drum up and then just like sweep with Ice-Q. Ice-Q's stats are different when it has no Ice Face. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Ice-Q is stupid fast when it has no Ice Face. 130 is a gigantic speed stat. And its tech stat the same. But its defenses go down. So, like, it's going to be a weird Pokemon for me to balance because I've never used it before. Even though I bred one time and gave it Belly Drum and all the other moves. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Its coverage is pretty good too. It gets Head Smash, which is really good for Max Rockfall. We get Icicle Crash, we get Waterfall, Liquidation, Iron Head, Zen Headbutt. It gets Aurora. Agility is pretty neat. Yeah, as like a sweeper, like a setup sweeper, it's really good, and I'm hoping I get to use it at least once. Because you can see, like, 130 is a gigantic speed stat. If I just run, like, max attack, max speed, maybe I just run max HP, max speed, or something, like, really silly. And that way I can switch between being, like, bulky and being fast. Because its speed stat's really slow when you have Ice Face, and it's really fast when you don't have Ice Face. So it's going to be, I'm going to have to figure out, like, exactly how to use it. But I think if I use it right, it'll be really good. And really, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. There is another thing coming up that I will talk about when the time comes in about 2 weeks or so. Week and a half, maybe. Yeah, week and a half. You guys will find out about it. I'm really excited for that, too. It's going to be a big opportunity for me and the channel as a whole. But anyway, let me know what you think. Are you excited to see Monotype Draft League battles? Because I'm excited to play them. And all of you guys who are excited for Alolan Ninetales, he's coming. More is coming. And we got Arctivish. He's basically the mascot of my channel at this point. Like, I love this little upside-down face dude. So, yeah, that's the Pokemon drafted. That's what's happening. Starting next week, hopefully. I just want to tell you guys really quick. If you are excited for Pokemon Draft League, Monotype Draft League, leave me a like. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think I can do with these Pokemon that maybe I haven't thought of yet. Because, like, really, it's going to be, like, 11 weeks or something like that. Because it's round robin. So I have to play every other trainer once. It's going to be, like, 11 weeks or something like that. And, like, honestly, I'm excited. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a lot of time to mess around with stuff and figure out what I like. And then hopefully, you know, we win enough games. We make it into the playoffs, right? So yeah, tell me in the comments if you're excited. My name's Andrew, and I will catch you guys next time.